Hello dear students. Actually, most of the students are got confused when they are defining about the liquidity. What does it mean and what is the exactly meaning of it? So in simply, if I'll say that liquidity means it is an ability of the organizations which they can be able to pay their current liabilities or the current obligation. It means that they has a sufficient current assets to pay their current liabilities. Current assets, and under the current assets there is so many things, but especially here in the liquidity situations we are only considering to the cash or cash equivalent quantities. I mean the cash and cash equivalent things or assets. Only those are like a one is a cash and cash, one is a cash and cash at bank, that one is a, another things is in securities, those which one is able to sell immediately, so that is also considered as an immediately converted into the cash. No, so it is also considered as an cash in the business organization. So liquidity means it is the obligation of, it is an ability of the organizations which they able to be pay their current liabilities. That is called the liquidity. That's the situation is the liquidity. And the questions will be arise that why the company is actually need the liquidity. Yeah, if they have a cash, then why they hold the cash in their bank account? They do not supposed to be keep it, right? But it is they are keeping because when the current liabilities peoples will come to ask organizations that you have to be pay to us, then on that situations the current company need to be take a good I mean they're supposed to be create a good image in the market. To maintain the good image in the market, they're supposed to keep the current assets or the liquidity in the business organizations. So the current liabilities owners will be trust on this organization that they are paying us on the time. So that is the main things is about the payment. So liquidity is simply defining about the, so I hope through this example you have understood, and I will give you the another fact example like as creditors. Okay, so creditors are the current liability, current liabilities. So when the creditors will come to and ask to business organizations that you have already take a long time, you supposed to pay our credit balance, then the organizations has that much ability. They supposed to keep their cash or cash at the bank, so they can be able to be pay to create the good link between the creditors and the organization. So that's why they are keeping the liquidity. That is called the liquidity which they have ability to know. So on that situations, if they suppose don't have a cash and the creditors are asking about that you have to be paid for on that time side, we need the money, otherwise I will case you. I mean the other will complaints, give a complaints to the court, like this one. If the creditors will tell, so before that the company has that kind of the, so the company has those ability to pay on the within the their current period. That is the called the liquidity. Yeah, it's an ability. Yeah, ability. So it is the meaning of liquidity. I hope you understood about this small example what is the meaning of liquidity. But why it is arising in the why we are studying the liquidity in the business organizations, and how much liquidity. So under the liquidity, it is come on the ratio analysis chapter. So in the liquidity we studied two chapter. Yes, actually two chapter. One is in a current ratio and the one is a quick ratio. So current ratio is generally defining, just current ratio is in a is showing the difference between the, you can say the difference between the current assets and the current liabilities, like as where the formula is arising by it's current assets by current liabilities, and when they are getting the results is coming, answer is coming on the time. So current ratio means equal to, current ratio is equal to formula is current ratio is equal to current assets by current liabilities, or current assets by current liabilities. So when we are defining and getting the results in the time, that means how many times, how much time is in a bigger, which one is a bigger, which one is a less. So there we see that if answer is coming 1, that means we have to understand that current assets, exactly current assets we have in our business organizations, which is equal to our current liabilities. So that could be, might be not good, because current assets is not included just only the cash. There is also inventories, prepaid expenses, and the others items are like debtors, so those are also on a current assets, right? And so not just only the cash and cash equivalent securities. So these all are the item of the current assets. But if on that situations current assets is coming equal to the if answer is just coming 1, that means it is not good for the business organizations, because actually the business organization does not that much ability to pay their current liabilities. So to keep the good records, must company need a cash, right? So in that situations, if and your answer is a more than 1, that is little bit good, yeah, but not more than the 1.5. okay, it is good but not more than 1.5, because if you keep the current assets so much in the business organizations, that will be the loss for you. Okay, that is called the so that is called the current ratio. So it is the current ratio conclusions when someone will ask you, or either in your exam, there you need to be describe about the little bit what is the current ratio reason, and you have got the answer means 1.5 or 1.6 time. So what is the meaning of that? If the questions will ask you in the conclusions, then you can say easily that if answer I got 1.6 or 1.5, that means that the company has a current assets more than this much time, 1.6 or 5 times current assets than the current liabilities. Like this way you can be define it. Okay, now we'll go for the quick ratio. Under the liquidity there is no 2 ratio, I told you already earlier is coming. So one is a quick ratio. So what is the quick ratio means? The quick ratio is simply defining about the difference between the current quick assets minus the quick assets by current liabilities. Quick assets minus current liabilities. So first of all we have to understand about the quick liabilities means. What is the quick liabilities? So quick liabilities means it is the quick assets, not a quick liabilities, sorry. Okay, so quick assets means like quick assets, it's simply it has a formula where is we have already deducted from the current assets, deducted prepaid expenses and the inventories. So if you have deducted from that you can be say that it is a quick assets. Okay, so quick assets is just from the current assets minus prepaid expenses and the inventory. Why we are just deducting from the in the quick assets? Why just we are saying that the current assets minus inventory and the prepaid expenses? Look, we can be like this way I'll describe. Like if we have a like the current assets, from there you are deducting prepaid expenses and the inventories. That like if you have suppose you have bought the inventories from bought the inventory from the customers, the creditors, you got the inventories, that's already came, yeah, you can be converted into the cash, you can be sell them, but not now, later. It is not a quick assets, immediately you can not sell. All right, yeah. And the prepaid expenses, yes, prepaid expenses, why we are taking as an why we are deducting from the current assets while to find the quick assets, because prepaid expenses it is current liabilities, yes, current assets, but it's already paid. Yes, it will be converted into the cash, but amount is not immediately, you cannot be get your amount is back, right? Yeah, you have already paid, so it is prepaid expenses. That's why it's already expended. Okay, you cannot be recover it whenever you want. So that's why we are deducting from the current assets to the inventory and the prepaid expenses to get the quick assets. So under the quick assets there is which items are mainly now came? Cash, debtors. Yeah, we can be, because we can be asked to debtors to send give us money, right? So it is considered as a quick assets. Yeah. So but inventory you cannot immediately tell to the customers, hey, you have to buy it, come and you have to buy, then you cannot say forcefully to say anybody, right? Yeah. So that's why, that's the reason. So you listen, I hope now you understood about the what is the quick assets means. So quick assets is simply, so now quick ratio means simply is quick assets but by current liabilities. So when you also get the same answer in a time. So when you are getting the answer is in a one by one, that means it is a good, okay, for the business organization. If you have a quick assets, or quick assets is a one answer, that means you have a quick asset is that much which is need to be pay your current liabilities. Yeah, that is good if you have a one. But if you have more than the one, then it will be little bit not good for the company, because why you will be hold the cash more than your mm, current liabilities to your obligations. If you are just holding that more cash rather than the required in the business organizations to pay your current liabilities, that means you are stocking your home, stocking your cash, you're stocking your valuable assets, which will give you the return if you'll invest in the somewhere else, right? Yeah, that is the reason the company keeping stock. Yeah, that is, that is the reason company is always try to get the quick ratio one by one. Okay, so hope you understood about this, what is the quick ratio and the current ratio and liquidity means by this video. I think it is, I know it's, I have not edited, not given the subtitles, yeah, but I'm sorry for that. Actually I don't have a editing ability, so I just record the videos and the uploading on the YouTube. Let's see later if will be get the more upload, then I will be start to editing and the keeping on there. Okay, so if you have any questions, any things to know the about the accountancy terminology, then just comment me on the on my video. I will try to find that. If I will be not knows, then I will be search from anywhere, or either I will ask to my friends to give you the best answer of your questions. Okay, thanks, bye.